Hi everyone, welcome back. We're jumping straight in today's mani because I didn't want this video to be too long, but this is going to be a super fun and bright summer mani. But what I'm most excited about is I bought the trending 3D Sculpting Gel Roller tool, and I really wanted to try it out with you all. So you may have seen this around, and I really was curious about it. So of course I bought it, and I really wanted to know, like, is it worth the hype? Does it make my life easier? Because if you know me, if you've been around my channel, you know that I love my nail accessories and tools. I'm all about the gadgets, but is it really worth it? I guess we'll have to find out. But of course, I have to have my base first. We're going to do some other fun nail art. If you're only interested in seeing how the roller tool works out, I'll leave chapters so you can skip to that down below. However, stick around. We're going to have some fun creating this nail set. So I'm just working on my second layer for my base colors, even though the two colors that I'm using are really good full coverage in one layer. I'll leave everything that I used in today's video linked down below in the description. So once I cured my second layer for a full 60 seconds, I'm going to do some ombre using the Pat Art Gel palette from Crisania Neri. This is my favorite palette to use. So I'm picking up some of that orange and on my mushroom sponge, and I'm dabbing off the excess on a palette. You always want to make sure that you're dabbing off excess. And I'm going to do a little bit of like an aura ombre in the middle of that hot pink nail. So I'm just dabbing that on. I'll pick up more gel if needed. So you can see it just really blends in beautifully with that hot pink. I love the way this looks. If you want it to stand out more, I would recommend kind of ombreing in a white first, curing it, and then going in with your orange. But I really like the way it looked as is, so I kept it like that. These Pat Art gels, because of the opacity, you do need to cure them for 120 seconds. So I went ahead and cured that for 120 seconds. Now, in order to do the nail art, I'm just putting the colors that I need on a palette just to make them easier to pick up, because I'm going to be using some liner brushes to do the nail art. So starting with some blooming gel, this one is from West Coast Dips. I'm going to go on the middle finger and apply a medium to thinnish layer on the nail. I'm not going to cure it. The blooming gel helps your gel spread to make designs. So on the wet gel, I'm going to apply some of that orange using a dotting tool in kind of little dash marks and kind of a curved type design. And so you can see it start blooms and spreads. So once you're happy with the design, you want to cure it. But I do want to go in with a little bit of pink first before I cure it. So it's just going to continue to spread. And then on either side of it, I'm going to make smaller little dashed lines above that orange. And so it's still spreading. So, you know, it's going to kind of cover the whole nail, but it's a really cool effect. I love the way blooming gel looks. You just have to make sure that it's not too thick and it's not too thin either, because if it's too thin, you're not going to get as good of a blooming effect. But once you're happy with that, cure it so you stop the blooming process. For my ring finger, I'm going to be doing a French tip using the orange gel polish from DND that I put on my palette. And the reason why I'm not using the same orange that I used for the Pat Ombre on my ring finger from the Crisania Neri Pat Art Gel palette is because it's a really thick viscosity. So it's really great for like the Pat Art ombres and like stamping and things like that. But for actually like painting nails, it's a little bit too thick. So you'd want to dilute it with some gel base. And I was too lazy to do that. So I decided just to use a gel polish color instead of doing that. Although I will say Crisania Neri just released a painting gel palette similar to this, but a thinner viscosity. And I am so tempted to buy it. I want that palette so bad. But for now, it's going on my wish list until I can buy it. So once I did the outline of my French tip, I'm taking my oval brush and I'm just filling in that area, making sure that it's as even as possible. It isn't as opaque as the pink that I used, but I'll do 2 layers anyway. So I'm also going to do my pinky as a French tip. So I'm using the Periwinkle from Attain Cosmetics. I always forget whenever I pull out Attain's gels just how opaque they are. I'm always so impressed with the quality and opaqueness of them. So I actually don't need 2 layers. It's full coverage in 1 layer, but I do end up doing 2 layers anyway. So anyway, the same thing with this. I'm going to do the outline with my liner brush first. And then once I've got the outline, I'm going to fill in the rest of that using my oval brush. And then once I'm done filling this in, I'll give those two nails a cure for a full 60 seconds. And then I can go in with a second layer. I finished the second layer on my French tips, cured for a full 60 seconds, and now I'm taking some of the hot pink from the Pat Art Gel palette, and I'm using the same mushroom sponge, just a different corner of it, and I'm going to pat in that hot pink onto the tip of the orange French tip. So it's going to kind of be like the opposite ombre than I did on my ring finger, because my ring finger is a pink base with the orange ombre. That index finger is going to be in orange base with the pink ombre. And for my pinky, I'm just going to do a little bit of art. I don't know if I want to call it line art because there's just a couple of curved lines and dots. But at the cuticle area and at the free edge area, I'm just doing kind of like a curved line using that hot pink. So I'm bringing like all the colors of the nail together, incorporating them, doing like elements of each color on all the nails. So on the cuticle area, just kind of doing like the opposite type curved line. Because these are smaller lines, I can use the Pat Art gels, but it is going to be a little bit thicker, but that's actually kind of nice too, because it's not you're not going to need a second layer, but you just want to make sure that it's thin so that it cures properly. So with the orange, I'm doing like little dots on either side of the line all the way up. I'll do that to both of the lines. And then once I've got all those dots on for both of those lines, I'll cure my nails for a full 120 seconds. And this is what I was arguably the most excited for. This is the roller crew from Color Me Carole. So these are 3D printed to order. I think she said something like it takes 2.5 days to print this, which is crazy. But there's 5 different sizes. So I love the variety. And I love that even comes with a caddy where everything just kind of like fits in so snugly. So we're going to give this a try. So she did include instructions in my package. So she does say use a non-sticky 3D sculpting gel. And my favorite to use is Crisania Neri. So this is her Milky white Korean gel that I'm going to be using. So I'm just picking up a little ball of that. And then we're going to roll out like a little rope first. So I'm using both of the flat ends of the tool just to roll out that even rope. I'm going to place the rope on the textured side of my 3mm plate. And then I'm going to take the flat end of the other plate and roll it. And the one thing which no one warned me about is the sound that it makes when you roll it. Let you listen to this. That was just a small snippet, and it may not be a big deal to you, but I did want to call that out because it surprised me. And I feel like in person, it's a lot louder than it seems like in this video. So just wanted to make sure that you were aware. So anyway, now that I have my balls, you can see I have plenty. I'm just taking 5 of them and placing them in a circle on my thumbnail, and they stick to the tacky layer of my gel polish. And so I'm going to create a 3D flower. So taking my cone silicone tool and I'm pressing down the center, pushing it down to taper towards the center of that flower. So it's going to be the widest in the middle, and then it's going to taper again at the end, creating like that flower petal shape. So I'm going to move it around. Really easy to use. So I mean, this is the same thing that I would do if I were manually doing it without the tool. I usually roll out my 3D clay or 3D gel into a rope, and then I try to make like even cuts, to make like even balls. Sometimes they're not as even, but I try. So, you know, it's nice that it creates the ball so easily. I know you have to work with a non-stick gel, and the instructions do say that the colder the gel, that the better. So you could even put your 3D gel like in the fridge for a little bit before you use it. You just can't use like a stickier gel, and I believe it says you can't use clays. So those are some of the things to keep in mind. So I would say, like, first impressions of this tool, I think it's pretty fun, but like long term, is it worth it? I'm still TBD on that, because I enjoyed working with it. I can see the value in it, but I think I paid for this caddy $40, something like that. So it wasn't super expensive, especially considering the time it takes to 3D print it, and it's supporting a small business. But I don't know, like, yes, I can do it by hand. It's probably a little bit quicker using the tool, but it's probably a learning curve as well, because my rope wasn't as even as possible. So I probably have to work with it a little bit more to figure out how to get everything a little bit more even. I didn't like the noise of it, but I do like that it creates those even balls. So I don't know. Right now, I'm still like up in the air about it, but I do love supporting small businesses. And Color Me Carole is by Carole Annette, who you may know because she used to be really active on YouTube. In fact, when I first started doing nails back in 2020, I think, I used to binge her YouTube videos all the time. So I want to support her whenever I can. She started off with like press-ons, but she added on 3D printing a little more recently. So it's just been fun to really see like all the things she creates. But regardless, I'm getting off track. So once I created my flowers, I cured them for a full 120 seconds. For the flower on my thumbnail, I'm just painting it in with that hot pink that I used on my ring finger, because like I said, I want to incorporate like all the colors of the nail set wherever possible to tie all the nails together. So I painted in the bulk using the brush in the bottle, and then I'm just using a liner brush to fill in those areas in the side so I don't get any on the blue. And then I cured that for a full 60 seconds. And now I'm taking that orange that I used from the Pat Art palette, and I'm patting on the center of the flower just to bring in that orange and the pink together. But I felt like the flowers were still missing a little bit of something. So I'm taking my Jin.B Ivy Fix Gel, and I'm just placing a little dollop of that on the center of each of the flowers. I'm not going to cure it just yet. And I'm going to place some silver caviar beads in the center of the flower. So I'm just placing 3 on the thumbnail, and I'm going to move them around to kind of center them in that flower. And I feel like that's exactly the pop it needed. And so I'm definitely glad I had these caviar beads handy, because they needed something in the center of those flowers. I maybe could have like painted in some color, but I like the use of the caviar beads. And the last thing I'm going to do is create a 3D design on the French tip of my index finger. So I'm using my Yogo Mayo Zombie King High. I'm sure no surprise to you, because you know how much I love this. So I'm at the French tip area. I'm starting at the sidewall, creating a little dot of that gel, and then tapering towards the center of the nail in like a curved line. I'm going to do a smaller line underneath it, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side, starting with a dot at the sidewall and drawing a curved line towards the center, and then doing a smaller dot and curved line towards the center underneath that. I'm going to cure that for a full 60 seconds. And now the only thing left we have to do is top coat. I went ahead and applied my press-ons off camera, and as always, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles with my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil. This is Squeaky Clean, which is her fragrance-free line. So if you're sensitive to scents or you just don't feel like a scent, this is a really great one. And if you do pick anything up, I do have an affiliate code. You can use code GENIE10 to save 10% off your orders at any time. But that pretty much wraps up today's mani, and I have to say, I love the way this turned out. There's just such like bright and fun colors, and I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but I feel like these flowers turned out better than if I hadn't used the tool, but I don't know. You have to let me know. Are these tools hype? Are they worth it? Have you tried it? I want to hear all the things. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you have any extra hypes available, I hear that helps as well, but I'm not really sure. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!